I was born on the 16th of November 1961, and I shared the same birthday with Achebe and Nnamdi Azikwe.
Wow.
And so I was told that when I was born, my father prayed that let this our son be like Nnamdi Azikwe in terms of service to God and service to humanity and all that. I was born at Iyara in Ijumu local government of Kogi State. That places me in the northern region by the old Nigerian configuration. And I schooled at St. Andrew's Primary School, Kaba. Okay. Then my parents relocated to Lokoja, where I schooled at Samuel Ajay Crowder's founded first primary school, Holy Trinity Primary School at Lokoja. And that was during the war. We relocated to Ilorin, and my father's residence was very close to Ojaoba. He didn't bother that the nearest reputable primary school was a Muslim school, okay, Suno primary school, purely Islamic school. My father put me there, and so I had my latter part of the primary school in the Muslim school, where every morning at the assembly we would recite Quran and all that, and many of my friends were Muslims. So I had that exposure. After that, I got admitted to Abdulaziz Atai Memorial College, Okene, which was the most prominent government secondary school in those days in the northern part of the country, in this area, middle belt. So from there, I had my higher school certificate at the Federal Government College in Ilorin in 1977. And when I finished, I practiced as a journalist, a radio journalist with Radio Kwara in 1979. And in 1980, I got admitted into the Department of Religious Studies, University of Ilorin. I wanted to be a lawyer. And had started preparing to be a lawyer in my life. My father had bought books when he traveled to America as the president. My father used to be the president of Nigerian Union of Journalists. By the way, I come from a royal family. The royal family, I'm a prince. My grandfather was an Oba. My father was an Oba. I ought to be an Oba too if I had not chosen this way. But God blocked my way in so many ways. And I found myself really religious studies. It's another story. I got to know later on, when I became a priest of the Anglican Church, that my father had prayed that God should give him a priest, an Anglican priest in his family. He prayed in the 1940s at All Saints Church, Yaba, where he was brought up in the vicarage of Reverend A.M. Hunter, All Saints Church, Yaba. And that prayer of 1940s was what God answered by making me to depart from law, and eventually I read Christian religious studies. I had my master's degree, I had my PhD also at the University of Ilorin. I lectured at the University of Ilorin in 1983. And since then, I joined Lagos State University in 1984 as a pioneer staff, which means actually I have been about 36, 37 years as a university lecturer, and as a professor, about 20 years as a professor. I was Deputy Vice Chancellor of Lagos State University, and then I was appointed Rector of Krada Graduate Theological Seminary at Abeokuta to found the institution under Baba Akeola, and then eventually I was appointed Vice Chancellor of Ajakrada 2015, and I'm running through the 5 years now.